Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. It is Sunday, June 14th, and I know that we haven't done one of these homework videos in a long time, and I want to say I'm really sorry about that. That was all my fault. I've had a lot going on in my personal life. Also, Lisa didn't have internet, so it was like this real big trying to schedule things that was it was a mess. And so I just kind of took a step away from it, and I'm hoping we can get back into like a regular thing. So, all right, tonight we have a lot to go over because it has been so long. And with us tonight, we have Vicki from Reading and Stitching, or Headmistress of Magical Stitches. We have Lisa from Shady Tree Stitchers on YouTube, or Paddock Lane Designs on Facebook, and Sarah from Our Stitching Kingdom on YouTube. Jimmy J Stitches on YouTube. Okay, so we're going to start first with Magical Stitches. Vicki, why don't you go ahead and take us away?
Okay, so are we starting with this week's, or are we going to start monthly? Which one do we want to do first?
Go ahead and do monthly first, since we're like already halfway through the month.
Okay, so this month we are reading a book about Maleficent. And so our monthly challenge is to do a spell out of Maleficent's name. And it has to have an item in the design. So everything has to be in the design.
Okay, so I forgot to express the order to everybody before we started the video. So I come right after Vicki, Lisa's after me, Sarah's after Lisa, and then back up to Vicki. Okay. We usually discuss that pre-video, but
or a bit out of practice.
Yeah. Okay, so I've actually already completed my monthly for this month. I did Satsuma Street's Pretty Little Paris. Can y'all see that okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so for M, I did, I should have had this written down somewhere. What did I do for M?
A map?
I mean, yeah, but
Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge. Yes, that's what
it's the windmill.
It's right there. But yeah. A, I used the Arc de Triomphe, which is right over here. L was the Louvre, right here in the front. E, I used the Eiffel Tower. F, I said Flora for the grass on this hill here, but it also could be for France because that's where this is. F, I used iron because the Eiffel Tower is made out of iron. C, I used the clock right there, right here. Oh. And then E, I used, it has something to do with the buildings. It was another word for building.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Eves?
No, establishments.
Establishment, yeah.
Businesses are establishments. N is Notre Dame, and T is the truth. So, Maleficent in Pretty Little Paris.
That works very well.
Awesome.
Well, I decided that I was going to work on... Oh, I can't share, Sammy.
Oh, I can change that real quick. Give me one second.
Thank you. I'm going to do my Village of Hawkrun Hollow, because it was the first thing that jumped to my mind to say what's got everything in it. And because this horse here, I'm sure, is a mare, and if not that one, then that one, or one of them. I'm sure one of them's a mare. There's apples down here in the orchard. There is a lady there. There's evergreen trees up there. There is fish in the river. There's Iphion flowers, which are these ones here. That's what they're called. There's a type of flower, and I could not believe when I looked it up that actually is what they were, and I went, yes, that's wonderful. There's crows. There's eyes on the people. and the crows and the horses. It's night down here, and there's a tree. So that is my Maleficent, but I'm only 2/10 of the way through because it's my 40 count.
Sarah?
I'm just working. I thought I had my magic study pulled up and I didn't, so give me uno momento.
Ooh, you're using Magic Study.
Yes.
We're starting that on Tuesday. I'm so excited.
Okay, let me get to where I can share. Okay. That one. Okay, so for M, I'm going to do the moon because there's 2 of them. And then A, I'd like to name this girl Alice, but I don't think that is really her name. But where was my A? Hang on. Is there an alicorn? No, there's not an alicorn. I'll skip that for a second. L for library, because she's got a quite immense library right there. And it's E next, right?
Mhm.
And then E is for this elegant dress.
Okay.
F, am I spelling it right? I don't think I am.
Malef.
F, okay, is for, where is it? I saw there was a frog somewhere. Hang on.
Yeah, there's a frog in there.
Yeah, there's a frog somewhere in here.
Is there a snake somewhere?
A what?
Snake.
Snake?
Because that would be an asp.
Oh, yes, that's true. And A would be. I
I
think I've seen a snake, but yeah, I think there's a frog in here too.
there is. I is next.
I is for, where was it? There's a lot of eyes in here. They're actually, because she's got eyes. Oh no, that doesn't work. Never mind. I'm a little out of practice here.
Is she writing with ink?
She is writing with ink. Yes, she is. And then
C.
C for cat. There's a cat with wings right here and one right here.
Another E.
And then E,
Her ears.
her ears.
An N.
N is for
Her
nighttime.
nose. Or her nose. And we got a
then
T.
T is for these. Let's see here.
You got a
Table.
tree over in the corner.
There's
You
a
got
tree.
a table.
Table. So yep,
All right.
lots of fun stuff.
Okay.
So let me stop sharing here. Okay,
You're like all day.
I know, I
Okay.
love it. I'm so
I
love
know.
excited.
the
I'm
colours.
so excited. Are we having off topic squirrel? Sorry. I was just going to see if we were still having Magic Study Mondays.
Ooh.
Okay, so I am using my Advent animals because, you know, why not? Because there is a mouse for number 3, and I've already got their ears started. There is an alligator on here, which I already have him stitched. There is a lion, which I just finished. There's my lion. There is an elephant. Where's my elephant? There he is. That's Ethan. There's a frog right there. My eye, I had to go to my rabbit because there is icing on that gingerbread.
Oh,
Now,
No.
so the last ones are going to be on my polar bear because he is drinking cocoa. He has a nose. He has ears. And one more. I think that's my camel. There's a tree. Oh, it's the giraffe. The giraffe has a tree.
oh, cute.
Cool.
I love the giraffe. She's so cute.
No, I really like the owl. I can't wait till we get to the owl. Okay, so this week's homework, this is where we're still reading Mistress of All Evil, and this is Maleficent's story, and we're at the part where Maleficent, where she turns evil for good. And she turns a wonderful green color. That means she's evil. So the first one is, because she was getting ready to take her fairy exam, she got some new robes, and they made her look very majestic. Stitch on something that you think is majestic.
For how many?
Oh, I'm so sorry. 400. Thank you. I'm out of practice too. I think you should do your autumn wreath, Sammy, because that's a majestic wreath. I want to see that done.
It's so close.
On a fairy tale, but 400 is a lot on the hay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wait till you see what I'm going to be using.
So, yeah, autumn wreath could work, or maybe even Lady of the Flag.
Ooh,
She's very
she would
majestic.
really work because she's very majestic.
Yeah, I think I might use her.
Okay.
All right.
I am thinking that maybe because I have double dipping afoot with some semi-seam challenges, that if possible, I've got to get 1,000 stitches done for around the world on some things, and I've got to get goals finished for school reports. So I want to try and double dip these projects as much as possible. And I feel my Chinese garden mandala is very majestic
Mm-hmm.
because it also has mountains that I need for something.
Okay. I can see that. Sarah?
And then what I'm going to do is going to be my eagle, because that eagle is so majestic.
Oh, he is. And
pretty.
you and I are doing some same things because I'm actually going to share my screen this time.
Yay!
So I started a new piece this weekend, actually yesterday for Lisa's birthday, and I started Yellowstone by Eric Dowdle. And this to me is just such a majestic piece.
I agree.
It's got
So pretty.
eagles and it's just, when I spent my time in Yellowstone Park and I were on vacation, watching the buffalo, favorite part. We did that for hours. Favorite part.
Grand Prismatic on there, and that is like my favorite guy.
Oh, this one?
Oh yeah, that one's Grand Prismatic.
Oh, it's
right
so
there.
stunning. And when we
Mhm.
watched
Old Faithful.
Well, Faithful, thank you. It was just a very wonderful vacation. It was so good that we actually want to go back.
I do like your choice of house. It's a very nice house.
Thank you. All right. The next one, and Bert is coming to join me because he thinks he needs to. Nanny was holding several secrets. There was lots of secrets being told. So you need to stitch 400 stitches on a piece that has a secret in it, or that you are doing in secret. Somehow it has to involve a secret and you have to explain.
I am working on this piece in secret. This is a map of a part of Scotland called Aberdeenshire, and it is where my dad's family hails from. Sorry, the wording on that. So he has no idea I'm stitching this for him. So I think it'd be good to get some good stitching in on there. And this one's 400 also?
Awesome.
All right.
All right. Well, as soon as it said secret, this is what jumped to my mind, which is my Alice, my Mirabilia, because she has this secret bunny rabbit hiding here in the corner of the curtain. So it's got a little secret, and there's the clock, and there's a couple of other things pretty cool. So I thought, since that's one of my scavenger hunt pieces, why not double dip?
Yeah, that's a good one. Well, I've been asked to do a model stitch for something, so I can just show the fabric that it's going on. It's Mystic, so it's gonna be so pretty. I'm so excited. So
okay.
So secret. I got a secret.
You do have a secret. So I'm going to share again because I'm going to use Yellowstone because I am double dipping and I'm doing this tent stitch. So I'm going to have to do 810 stitches. But as I was watching this, if you look down here in the corner, there are some baby eagles going to be hatching there.
So cute.
So it was so cute. And that was like a secret thing. I was not even expecting that. You know, I saw the eagles and I was just like, oh, look, there's baby eaglets. And a few years ago, my ducklings, my students and I watched the baby eagles hatching, and we would watch their nest in class.
Aww.
While doing math. They'd say, please turn on the baby eagles. So we would turn on the baby eagles while they were doing homework. And so we watched the eagles.
That's fun.
Oh, my turn still. Sorry, I got distracted. Keep going down a rabbit hole today. Okay, so during the fairy exams, they experienced some bad luck. A mirror was broken. Someone sabotaged a couple of exams. So therefore, you are going to stitch 200 stitches on a project that has caused you to have bad luck. You've had to frog a lot. You've had to switch out fabrics. You know what piece I'm talking about.
Yep. This one was, didn't even really have to think about it. Okay. So this is Anzac by Long Dog Samplers. And when I first started this one, so I use Pattern Keeper, and Long Dogs do go into Pattern Keeper, but they have, instead of the 3 gray lines overlap where they overlap, there's 5 on Long Dogs. And so if you do not go into your Pattern Keeper and change it to 5, you get all these extra little,
oh no,
there's a lot, it messes it all up. And I stitched a good portion, like I had most of this done and I was in this iguana, and then I realized it looked like the iguana had 2 feet. And I was like, why does he have 2 feet? And I realized that he was in Pattern Keeper wrong. So I had to frog out, I don't know, like 1,500 stitches, like basically start myself completely over. So yeah, that one will be the one I am working on.
oh.
Why'd you call him an iguana?
I don't know, because that's what it looks like.
Is that what you said? It's a ringtail possum.
I see that now, but the way that the feet were is what made me think.
They look like, especially if you're doing twice of them, they would look really, really iguana-ish.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this one is my most recent troublesome piece. The Modern Folk Embroidery Family Patchwork Sampler. I had to stitch 7 separate times last week.
Oh.
So, and it is one of my goal pieces for this month, so I need to do some work on it as much as I really don't want to. So thanks, Vicky.
So mine is my blue Moroccan lace. I have to take the pattern off, hang on. So when I first started this guy, these little doodads up here, the stark blue, I had to frog that so much. That deep dark blue, I had to frog it like 3 different times, and it's silk. And so I had to be super careful with it. And I had many bad words to say about frogging it. And so I'll pull this guy out for a little bit. That's okay. It's really nice now. I've gotten so much done on it. I'm super excited.
Okay, so I'm kind of taking this different for me because I don't really have, believe it or not, I don't really have a lot of pieces that because I'm not doing samplers, I'm doing a lot of big pieces, so a lot of mine I haven't had to be frogging. But there is a piece that I need to start. I've been too petrified to start it. I've been scared because it is Autumn Queen, and here she is in all her glory, but I am doing the conversion. This is gonna be my first conversion piece. So I was supposed to have started this a couple of months ago, and I just cannot bring myself to do it. I'm scared to death of it, and I have a feeling that I'm going to mess up. So to me, this is like a problem for me because I have to get over this fear. So, and this is only for 200. So, and that is Magical Stitches. Oh, sorry,
Very
it's
nice.
heavy.
We are going to move into Daily 30. Remember, this is a closed group. We cannot invite you. You cannot find it to join it. We will let you know if that ever changes. However, she does have weeklies, monthlies, etc., etc. So Lisa is going to start us off with the weeklies. Or no, sorry, Sarah's starting us off with the weeklies.
Sarah's.
Right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so we're in Madagascar week, and it says, remote and isolated Madagascar is a hidden paradise, little known to outside world, making it all the more fascinating and alluring. Come travel this week and explore this interesting destination. And she has a couple of different things. You can build a challenge, you could do alternate stitches, all that fun stuff. She has a couple of different choices on the earning tokens. You can do 100 stitches or 1 hour for 2 tokens, 200 or 2 hour for 3 tokens, and 300 stitches or 3 hours for 4. So, and you just choose on that. So number 1 is Madagascar is the 4th largest island in the world, located in the Indian Ocean, is 250 miles off the east coast of mainland Africa. It is separated from the African coast by the Mozambique Channel. Stitch on a whip with something separated by something else.
Okay, Vicki, you're gonna go first now.
Well, I'm double dipping, and you guys are not gonna. You're getting tired of this piece because basically I'm gonna use this piece for a lot this week, because these things are the walkways, the geysers, and everything are separated by the fence, by the walkways. Because in Yellowstone, these are living living nature, and you cannot organisms, and you cannot step off the walkways, or you'll disrupt how nature is going. So I'm going to stitch on this because everything is separated by a walkway. Stop share is up there.
Stay on the boardwalk. Do not
Stay
get
on
off
the boardwalk. If you can't get off, well,
well, that and you could die if you stepped in the
yeah, you
hog.
could die if you stepped. Yeah, that's why we don't get on there. You could die.
And how many stitches? I'm sorry, I missed that part.
You could choose either 100, 200, or 300, or you can also do time.
Right.
So either 1 hour, 2 hour, or 3 hours.
This one I'm going to have to do time.
I think for this one, I'm going to use Anzac again. And the reason is because the way she's created this, she's kind of separated Australia and New Zealand into these 2 little bubbles.
I never noticed that.
So, yeah, this is Australia. This over here is New Zealand, right, Lisa? I'm not making this up.
You're correct. And
All right.
Australia's even got Tasmania on it.
Yeah. So, yeah, is that this thing right here?
Yep.
Yep.
And so, yeah, so the separation, the circle that kind of goes around them both.
Cool. Well, I'm not going to show it to you again because I just showed it to you, but my family patchwork center has got little motifs separated by borders and lines. So I'll double dip with that.
And then I'm using the Tired Trio by Plum Street Samplers because the branches separate from the flowers, and the leaves are separated by the branches. So there's lots of separation there. So cute. Okay, number 2. It says Madagascar is sometimes referred to as the Great Red Island because of its iron and aluminum rich soils that produce brilliant red colors. Stitch with red floss. Pretty simple.
I am, because I'm going to be working on I'll stitch the red sweater of the polar bear.
Oh,
Cool.
There you go.
Better write that down.
Okay, can you repeat the question, please?
Yep, stitch with red floss.
Oh, red floss. Okay. That shouldn't be too hard. Well, let's see.
Oh, you're Lady of the Flag.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to use Lady of the Flag.
All right. Well, I did this one the other day, and it just happened that my birthday start, that was the one I ended up starting, is Strawberry Fields by Blackbird Designs. And the middle of the project's about here. So I went down and I stitched the red house and the red fence. And I did Shell's Build a Challenge, and I double dipped and did 600 red stitches. So that was good.
I'm probably going to do Lady of the Flag, or depending on what comes out with the Chinese Zodiac, the new part comes out tomorrow. So, and there's lots of red in that. So, and that's by Frost Pumpkin. Oh, I'm next. What?
That's what I do.
Number 3, the most unique and famous plant found in Madagascar is the Baobab Tree. These bottle-shaped trees seemingly have their roots in the air. They grow up to hundreds of years and are considered sacred by local people. Stitch on a whip that you feel is your most unique project.
I'm going to use Yellowstone because it's different than what I usually do.
Well, and there's nothing like Yellowstone. Yellowstone's the most
No,
unique.
Yellowstone is just amazing. I highly suggest going if you ever get a chance. All right, Sammy, your turn. What's your unique project?
So I think for this one, I am going to go with Autumn Wreath.
Oh, good. Yay. I want that one done. It's so pretty.
Yeah, well, and it's not one you see very often. In fact, I don't know that I've seen anybody else work on it. So I feel like it's unique in that way, but also the fabric that I'm stitching it on. I think it makes the piece in its totality more unique than if I just stitched it. So.
I'm going to double dip and do my Chinese garden mandala because it is a chatelaine, and chatelaines are definitely unique style patterns.
For sure. I'm stitching on, I could have used my blue Moroccan lace, but I'm also stitching on my Friends and Family Quaker by Linen and Threads, because by the time I'm done, it will have the initials of my friends and my family, and those are unique to me. So, and then, so number 4 is 90% of Madagascar's wildlife is endemic, not found anywhere else. The only place to see lemurs in the wild is Madagascar. There are also around 150 species of chameleons in the world, and more than half of them can be found here. Put stitches in a piece with an animal now not found in any of your other whips.
I'm using Yellowstone because this is the only piece I had to have buffalo. Buffalo.
That because it has all kinds of unique things I wouldn't typically stitch.
Okay.
Very true. I bet you can't guess what I'm gonna use. You haven't seen this one for a while.
Amazing Animals.
Yep. Because the Amazing Animal Kingdom bookshelf has so many different animals that I'm sure there's things in there I don't have. But in particular, I'm stitching on the elephant, and I'm pretty sure I don't have any other elephants in anything else.
And then I'm going to use Tired Trio because I don't have sloths in anything else.
Okay.
So, and then number 5 is Madagascar is home to more than 2/3 of the world's vanilla fields. It is also among the world's main supplier of cloves, lang-lang, coffee, lychees, and shrimp. Stitch on a whip that is 2/3 or more complete. Show cover photo and full whip progress in your post.
I don't have anything. I don't own anything that is almost 2/3. So
Hills?
no, my mill hills are all, no, I'm only using what I'm focusing on. So no. I'll do penalty stitches on this one. And because I have to do 6,000 half stitches, I'll probably do my Yellowstone piece because I really don't have anything that is 2/3 complete. Not unless we're talking about page finishes. And if we're talking about page finishes, I can use George, but
It's his
no.
project though.
So. Oh yeah, I don't have anything that's 2/3 complete. I really don't. So, oops.
It's all good.
It's all good. Autumn Wreath.
I was thinking of Autumn Wreath. I have Autumn Wreath. I have Forever and Ever, which is very close to finish, and Blessed is the Life. But I'm thinking I may go with Forever and Ever, so I can get double dip with Scavenger Hunt on it too, and then I'll do 300 on it and Autumn Wreath instead of just like 200. So.
All right, well, I'm going to throw to my communal brain for this one. You've got 3 choices, okay? So, the first choice is I am pretty close to finishing the Welcome Spot sampler by Drawn Thread. I've just got to do these hearts up the top and the satin stitch on the roof. My problem is it's really close and I want to get a few stitches done on things. So if I do that one, am I limiting myself in how many stitches I can actually get done?
Right.
So the next option would be Nora Corbett's L Fairy, because I've done all the L, I've just got to do the fairy. So that is one option. And the last option is, just looking around the screens, sing a song sampler, because I've only got to do do, re, and half of the last do. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
Can you, well, you can build your own challenge. So couldn't you finish the one and then do another one?
Yes, I could do that.
And that way you'd have a finish and you could get more stitches on something else.
Mm-hmm.
That's my vote. I would say that.
All right, so start with the welcome spot.
Start
But
with
then
your
would
one
I
that's
go to
closest to a finish.
yeah, and then do I go to the fairy
Mm-hmm.
or the do, re, mi? I know what you guys will pick. You'll go to the fairy because you like mirabilis.
I was gonna say fairy, yeah.
But
Yeah, Sammy's different. She goes do, re, mi. Well, we'll see what I feel like when I get there, hey?
yeah.
And then I actually finished mine. So I chose Moral Compass by Bendy Stitchy Designs and finished mine yesterday because all I had to do, let me get closer. All I had to do was fill in the easy and right and then the soon we must choose. So that's all I had to finish. Oh, sorry, I'm like totally. So it's done and I have a finish.
Yay.
Yay. And then the last part, number 6, is the non-counting challenge, and that's the 30 minutes a day for 5 days, but you can only do that the first week of the 2 weeks. So you can't carry that over into the next week.
Okay.
That's what I have.
So
then we move on to the monthly.
okay. All right, so it's all about going on a picnic in June. First prompt is 500 stitches. French started the modern fashion for picnics when they opened their royal parks to the public after the Revolution of 1789. Stitch on a whip that shows a public place, event, or scene.
Okay, Sarah, you are first.
That would probably be my public place. Well, I don't know. I didn't even look at that. I'm not prepared. Public place.
And you finished your Pretty Little Hawaii, right?
I finished my Pretty Little Hawaii, so I can't use that. Well, if you think about it, my eagle, it's kind of in the mountains. So that's a public place, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. There's a cliff. There's a forest. I'm going with that. Or I've got my whale, my Owl Forest whale, because it's a town on top of the whale.
Oh, me. I am going to stitch on George because the Delaware River is a public place. And so, well, actually, I've already finished this one, so I use George.
I already finished this one too, and I used Pretty Little Paris. So.
Good choice. All right. Do you reckon this would work as a public event? Raspberry Homecoming.
Yes. Because
World gathering.
Yep. It's
So just
barn.
for something different, I think Raspberry Homecoming, because my obvious one would be my hawk run, but I don't want to do that for everything. Okay, the next one. Originally a picnic was fashionable social event to which each guest contributed some food. Stitch on a piece that has something depicted in the design you could bring to a picnic for 500.
Oh, I have Silver Moon tea because she's holding a teacup and you could bring tea.
There you go.
Except for, is that a drink? That's more considered a drink, isn't it? You don't want to eat an eagle. That's not good.
Does it say it has to be edible?
No.
It's not something you would bring to a picnic.
So you would bring tea.
I can bring tea. I'll bring tea.
So
Yeah.
I am bringing a boat because if you're going on a picnic, some of us Southerners, we go to the lake. That's where we go. And we always take a boat because we go out on the lake and we'll have lunch on the lake. So that's our
There you go.
picnic.
And just remember, guys, we have no say on whether these answers are right or wrong. Just saying.
So, but yeah, I mean, think about it. They would, on the Victorian days, they would always go out for a boat ride. And the girls would sit there and fan and the men would row. So I say they take a boat.
You can have a picnic in the middle of a boat. I'm just saying.
You can, especially if you're fishing.
Yeah. So for this one, I was planning on using autumn wreath because I could take something made with pumpkin. There are pumpkins on the autumn wreath, but also I can take sunflowers to decorate the middle of the picnic blanket.
Oh, yes.
A lot of picnics. You see them take flowers and decorate.
Yeah, that's cute.
Be all fancy.
Well, I hadn't thought about it. My obvious one was the hawk run, but again, I didn't really want to do that. So I might just whack off 1,000 on the raspberry homecoming.
Yeah, because you would take a quilt.
Yep.
Or the raspberries.
Or the raspberries. Yep.
Okay.
But I could sit on the quilt, yes. Okay, the next one is after an ant has visited your picnic, it lays down a scent as it returns to the nest for other ants to follow. Stitch on a whip with a chart that you plan to pass along to someone else once you've finished stitching it.
I'm trying to think if I have any that I'm supposed to be passing along. Am I passing along any recently? I don't think so.
Any of your mirrors?
It could be one of my mirrors. Is it lyrical? I can't remember. We'll do one of my mirrors, because, yeah. Sorry.
I'm going to work on Violet because I'm passing it to Sarah when I'm done.
I worked on, because I've already completed this one. That's the one, I should say, the Daily 30 starts on Fridays. So we already have a couple days of working on it before we get here. But most things start, Saturday, Sunday. So, I worked on my Snowy Owl, which is a Mill Hill kit, because I plan on passing it along.
And I have not given this any thought whatsoever yet, because basically every chart I have will get passed on to someone when I finish it. And I've got a whole list a mile long that people want. So I have no idea yet, but I'll find something. All right. The 1955 film Picnic with William Holden and Kim Novak was nominated for 6 Oscars and won 2 for Best Art Direction and Film Editing. Stitch on a whip that was a reward to yourself or a gift.
Mine is Blue Moroccan Lace. That was a reward for finishing my other chatelaine. So.
I'm going to be working on Day Nymph. I hadn't bought yours for a while, and I saw it, and I snatched it up as soon as I could. So.
I'm going to be working on Magic Studies since we're starting it this week, and it was gifted to me.
Well, I have just discovered there's a picture missing from my whip albums. So I got given South American Angel as a gift, so by Barbara Bartz. So I'm going to use that one. Okay, in the year 2000, a 600-mile-long picnic took place in France on July 14th to celebrate the first Bastille Day of the new millennium. Put exactly 600 stitches into a whip of your choice to mark each mile of the picnic route.
I'll probably do my eagle because I need to get that one finished.
I've already done this one, and I used George.
I've already done this one, and I used Pretty Little Paris.
Hey.
And I have no idea, but it doesn't matter because it's just a matter of stopping at 600 stitches. That's the hard bit, actually stopping at 600 stitches.
Yeah, when you have to do the exact one, yep.
I'll find something to double dip with magical stitches. There's a 400 and a 200, so I'll be going to do 600 in one whip. So I don't know. Then she has a bonus, and you can't start the bonus until after you've finished all the others. So you've got to put 100 stitches into a whip that is basically spelling out picnic, P-I-C-N-I-C. So you've got to pick a piece for each letter of something that has something in it for picnic.
Let's see here. And it's either, okay, so, just the title?
Yeah,
No,
we've done
an item.
no title.
Title?
First letter in any word in the title.
But any word in the title. That's
Any word in the title. Okay. Trying to think. Do I have anything with
Oh, I misread that, so I'm totally wrong.
Once Upon a Fairy Tale. Right? No,
No.
it's not. P. I don't think I have anything with P. Nope. Where did my...
So you got to have a title of a piece starting with I.
Sarah, do you want us to come back to you?
Yeah, come back to me. Hang on.
Okay. I am going to use my polar bear. I have a Mill Hill kit called Ice Skates. There's only 100 stitches in these, right? Or is it 50?
Yeah, 100.
Ice Skates. I have a camel. I am starting Night Nymph pretty soon this month. So since it's a monthly, I can wait and do that one. I'll do Ice Skates twice, and then I'll use my camel twice.
Okay. Let's see. I have Pretty Little Paris. I have Irony by Hands On Design. PIC. For C, I have Leaves of Change. In C, I have Needleworker, but it's not in my active lists just yet. But it may be my only option. Or no, I've got Here Lie My Needles, so that has an N. I have I Solemnly Swear, and the last C, I may have to use Leaves of Change again.
I wonder, are you allowed to double dip? Do we know?
Sugar cookies. I don't think it said anything that you couldn't use them twice.
No, it just said.
All right. Well, I'm totally winging it because I haven't given it any thought at all. Do you reckon Little House Needleworks stitching ABCs, would the C count in that because it's listed them as separate letters?
I believe so.
Probably.
So that would give me a C. And I really have very little idea of what I have for a P, an I, or a N.
I'm stuck at the eyes.
Does none of your like my one of my titles has the word in it, like IN?
Okay, so I have another I. So I'm just missing an N. Okay, so I've got Koi Pond by Shannon Christine. My eyes, I don't have any eyes.
Nothing with the word in it?
Oh.
IN?
Oh, I have Thine Is the Trick and the Treat.
Thine is, so is.
Yeah, is.
So you can double do that twice.
Yep, and then Castle Walls.
Mm-hmm.
And then my N, that's on the hat. Oh, so can you see? It's in. I don't think I have any N's.
Oh, bummer. Looks like a new start.
Darn, I'll have to find an N. And then I can do
Dine is the trick and the treat. You can do that twice.
And then C, I can do either Castle Walls or Cinnamon Stars.
There you go.
That was kind of tricky right there. I'm like, I don't have anything with an N. I don't think I even have anything kitted with an N.
I have an I. I have found an I. That's exciting. I'll show you because this is It's going to be a new start. What a shame.
Oh, darn.
Oh, darn.
Oh, darn. Just has to happen. Bird in Hand by
Oh,
Told
there
Me
you go.
Garden has an in it. And the only other thing is my P. I can't think of a P.
Do you have anything with a do you have any pumpkins or
It's no, not it's called. Oh, hold on, what's that one called? It'll be the name of the title.
yeah.
Nope, a very scary Halloween. Yep, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go hunting to see if any of mine have a P in them because I'm not feeling like I have any P's.
Yeah.
I can get another C by starting Caprice.
Why don't you just use double dip like I'm doing?
Start another piece.
So that finishes up our daily 30.
Yeah.
All right, next up is Enchanted Stitches. So I'm going to start with the weekly and then do the monthly. This month they are focusing on Monsters, Inc. So number 1, Mike and Celia call each other by their pet names, Googly Bear and Schmootsy Poo. Stitch on a whip that is cutesy or romantic.
Oh.
Lisa, you're first.
Thinking cutesy. Well, since I'm just about to start it, I would think that this one would be a good cutesy or romantic piece because I think Caprice is quite cutesy. Pretty little fairy.
Oh, she's pretty. Yep.
Ooh, I like that fabric.
I'm doing lyrical that matches her. That's funny. I'm gonna do my Chinese zodiac because look at these cute little guys. I mean, this rat alone. Look at him. He's so cute. The little blue guy. Ah, he's adorable. So, yep, that's what I'll work on.
I would work on my Advent animals because they're cute.
Right. I'm going to use Forever and Ever for romantic.
Oh.
2 cardinals are in love. What's next? Number 2, Roz is the administrator for Scare Floor F, holding all the keys to the children's closet doors at Monsters. She is responsible for receiving all of the paperwork, which Mikey is always late handing in. She tells Mike, "I'm watching you, Wazowski, always watching, always. Stitch on a whip that you are watching carefully to prevent frogging."
Oh gosh, well that could be anything really, but I guess I would probably double dip with the painful frogging piece from Magical Stitches and watch it carefully so I don't frog it at the 8th and 19th time.
Which reuse your family patchwork, right?
Yes, thank you.
I'd probably go the same way. If I'd either do Bloomer Rock and Lace because I don't want to mess that up. It's a tough thing to frog, or I'm stitching Lyrical, which is a companion piece to Caprice, but I'm stitching that as a gift for my boss. So I've got to be like super careful because I don't want to make any mistakes.
I would use George since this is going to be, put together with 100 and some odd other panels. I really watch out what I do with George, so I'd use George.
And Zach, because not only because I had all the issues with the frogging in the beginning, but because of the way that I'm stitching it, I am using diagonals and changing colors after every 20 stitches. So I have to make sure I'm really paying attention to when those color changes happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 3, in honor of Boo, stitch either a design/designer that begins with B or O, or stitch on a design that uses the word Boo. If you have chosen the second option, your stitches aren't restricted to the word itself. You may stitch anywhere on the design.
Blackbird design, Strawberry Fields, double dip. Yay.
I don't. B or O. The only, because I don't even have anything that has Boo in it for Halloween. I'll have to go get a new start. Look through my stash and see what I've got. Darn.
Oh,
I would use my Brooks Books animals.
I have the Alice. I have the Brooks Books Alice, the little pinafore.
okay. I would probably use Kitty with Duck because it's by Britter Cup, and it's freaking cute. I could probably use it for the cutesy too. It's cute.
Mm-hmm.
The last one on the weekly. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. Stitch on a whip that you have put in timeout for some reason.
Family patchwork sampler.
Mine is the eagle that I had put in timeout because it's messed up somewhere in the bottom part, but it's got to be finished by next May. So, or before next May. So it's got to come back out while I'm working at it.
Probably my quilt, because I'm at where I have to do a lot of half stitches and back stitching on that half stitches, and it's really making my eyes cross.
I would use Anzac for this one because up until recently it was in my understudy box because I had Spangled out, but Spangled hit its goal, so I'm able to pull Anzac back out. Okay, so that is the weekly for Enchanted Stitching. They also have a monthly, so let's see what it has. I haven't looked at these, so we're all in this together.
Woohoo!
Just while you're digging it up, can I butt in, just backtrack to Shirl's? I solved my problem. Farmhouse Christmas has Cockadoodle-Doo and Pinewood Farm. So anyone doing Farmhouse Christmas, you got your letters made.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
All right, so number one, we have a 2319. Put exactly 2,319 stitches into a project for 45 points. So I'm gonna assume we would all just kind of like put all our whips in there until we got it.
Imagine Vicky would do George.
Yeah, George.
George.
So number two, quiet, you'll make him lose his focus. Put 500 stitches into a whip consecutively for 10 points. Do not change projects or lose your focus.
Cool, that's easy.
Yeah, that's another one where you can just pretty much choose anything.
Yep.
Help Mike file his paperwork for Roz. Stitch something with the following colors: pink, fuchsia, goldenrod, and puce.
Oh, that's cute.
2,550 stitches for each color.
How much? 150.
250 for each color. They like their stitches for their monthly challenges. Okay.
You have to use the exact same color or just something that looks like that color.
Something similar, because like for fuchsia they put pinkish purple. For goldenrod they put yellow, mustard, gold. Puce they put dark red or purple brown. So whatever you would, whatever it looked like.
I would do this because my plan for life when I got challenges like this was to use this piece, which is the loading big red ship of life, and I've got 12 colors, and I'm going to do different sections in each. So I do 250 in one color and 250 in the next color.
Oh, there you go.
Colors that look the most like those colors.
Yeah.
I would probably, the Chinese Zodiac has a lot of the pinkies and the purples and stuff. The yellow, probably Shakespeare's Fairies or Silver Moon Tea, because there's that big, except for that's not really mustardy yellow.
Would gold work? Like a gold color? Okay.
Yeah, I've got some gold Krynek in one of my other stitches, so probably do that.
I'm gonna mute. My husband just came in. I'm gonna mute just for a second. Okay. Sorry. My turn.
Are you good, Sarah?
Yeah, I'm good. Yep.
I would probably use, for the purpley colors, I would probably use violet.
Yay.
For the goldy colors, and what were our colors? Gold and
Mustard, yellow.
yeah, that mustard. I would probably use that for my kangaroo because he's kind of a goldy color, mustardy color. What else?
Dark red or purple brown.
I would double dip with my polar bear who's wearing that red sweater.
There you go.
Okay. I'm really not sure. For the gold, I could use Good Intentions because it's got gold in the yeah.
What about your autumn wreath?
I'm at a point where I'm not sure I could get 250 stitches of any one color.
Okay.
I'm not done.
Nice.
I was just looking. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, I solemnly swear it has gold and it has a dark red. So then
What about Lady of the Flag, her dress?
Oh.
Yeah. There's her too. I'm just not sure what I would use for pink.
She's got, well, some of the blends in the flag, but your flag's pretty, I think your flag is done, so.
Mine? No.
Is your flag, okay. Because down towards, there's some pinky fuchsia-ish in the blend of the flag, that 317 or something like that. That's kind of a pinkish.
Okay. And also, my sloths, the tired trio, have the pink flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 4. There are over 2.3 million individual strands of hair on Sully. Because each individual strand of hair had to be animated, it took an average of 12 hours for Pixar to render a single frame of Sully. Stitch on any whip for 12 hours for a maximum of 60 points. You do not have to complete all 12 hours to earn points. You do not need start and stop photos for each hour. So work on whatever.
Just another whatever you want.
Mike filled an entire trash can with failed plans to get rid of Boo. Help him form a viable plan. Put 300 stitches into a project that has a motif that you would use to help get rid of Boo or send her home.
Well, because it says motif, I'm instantly thinking of one of the Quakers because they've got lots of motifs in them. So I don't know what the motif would be yet. I don't know what really would send her home. I'm not that familiar with the movie.
It's a cute movie.
It's cute.
Yeah, I know.
I would do my eagle because the eagle could carry Boo home.
There you go.
I could probably use Yellowstone because it has eagles. I could also use
animals.
yes, I could use my and I could also use George because he has a boat, so he could row her home.
Row her home.
I was kind of thinking my House Targaryen because the dragons would scare her enough to make her want to go home.
They
But
could fly her home too.
They could also do that. So, but that's a different way to maybe think about it as something that would entice her to go home. Like candy or a bed. I don't know. Okay. So by the end of the movie, the energy is now collected using laughs instead of screams, and the best laughs are coupled with smiles. So put 300 stitches on something that either has a smile in it or something that makes you smile.
I would do my sing-a-song sampler because I smile when I sing.
I'll probably do my magic study because that makes me smile that we're starting it.
Okay, come on. Look at that camel. Look at that lipstick on that camel. Does that not make you laugh?
Love her.
I was thinking magic study also. One, because I'm super excited to get it started. The little girl on the bed, like sketching and all the crap everywhere around her room totally reminds me of my daughter. So that makes me smile like every time I see that girl. And she loves those colors even. So it just reminds me of her.
Yep.
Okay, doors in literature filmography are often used to symbolize the passage from one world to another. In Monsters, Inc., they connect the scares of Monstropolis to the bedrooms of their assigned kids. Where would you end up if the closest door to you had the ability to take you to another world? Explain your answer in 3 sentences.
I would go to Raspberry Homecoming and pick berries with the Amish people for a peaceful way of life.
This is just a question. You don't have to
Oh,
ask.
okay. Well, fine. I can do that.
Yeah. Where would you go?
I can go anywhere.
Anywhere. It can even
Anywhere.
be a world.
I'd go to Disneyland. That's, yep. Or Texas.
I
Either
would
of those.
go. Yeah. I think I would go to walk into a door and get to stay in Cinderella's castle.
Ooh.
I think I would want to be able to go back to Paris. I really enjoyed our trip to Paris and think about going back all the time. Okay, so that is it, the end of Enchanted Stitching. Where are we at with ABCs? Because y'all know I don't do that. Where are we at?
We are
You're
L. It's about to finish though. You're about to hit M. What are you going to do for M, Vicky?
Mary Mouse. My little
When you
mouse.
start Maidens of the Season by Mirabilia.
Oh, I like that one.
I'm gonna use any of my mirrors because I have a lot of my mirrors.
You could also use Magic Study.
And Magic Study or Blue Moroccan Lace or there's a lot of
Good letter.
M's.
Why doesn't Picnic have an M in it?
I know. Pimp Nick.
Mine would either be Lady of the Flag because Mirabilia or Magic Study because awesome.
Hmm.
They're playing bingo right now. Are anybody playing bingo?
I
No.
am. I haven't gotten any bingos though. I'm just doing a sane. I'm not doing insane, but I'm kind of giving up because they've the numbers that it's like I picked the wrong numbers because I thought I was because I was all mostly on my Alice from Satsuma Street and that's done. So oh well.
That's what I struggled with last time with bingo is I would just put all the numbers of all the colors on all my whips that I hadn't finished yet. But then sometimes I would really have to count to get to that color because you have to do it the day it's drawn or else they add on penalty stitches. And so I ended up screwing up a lot of stuff trying to get to the colors that they were calling. So I set out of that one this time.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do bingo next time and use my big red ship of light. And the colour's there and they can just pick what the next colour is for the next motif. That'd be pretty cool. Around the world? Around the world? Vicky, you still traveling around the world with me?
I am. We're in Hispanic and Latino.
Yeah. So what are you doing that's Hispanic or Latino?
Well, for my 5,000 stitches, I'm using George. For Hispanic and Latino country, I'm doing I did my Mill Hill post office that I finished because all countries have post offices.
And the colours on that are very, like you'd see.
So
I did my South American Angel. That's why she came back out, because she's very colourful and from there.
Yep, and the stitches with a bull, I'm going to use Yellowstone, so that means I got to do 2,010 stitches because a male bison is also known as a bull.
I did the same idea. I used my Animal Kingdom, and I was actually working on a bull elephant.
For the number with a 3, I use my Advent calendar. I've already got that one done. So I use my Advent calendar.
That's why my family patchwork sampler came out. So I have to get 1,000 stitches done on that thing.
And then for the 2 with the eagle and the mountains, I'm using my Yellowstone.
My eagle is Village of Hawkrun Hollow, and my mountains is my Chinese Garden Mandela.
Okay. I'm sorry, is Bert being too loud?
Nope, can't hear him.
Okay, so is that it? And those are
No,
person
there's one more.
on
There's one more. Sima-Sane is also doing a report card.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You had to do, you had to pick it. This is kind of like a pick. Sammy, you did not get this one. This one was when you were out of town. You were busy. So, but you can still join it if you like, because it's a make your own challenge.
It's a fun
You're
one.
basically doing, so you're doing a school report card. You're studying math, science, history, languages, and then you pick another subject, and you can pick how many stitches you want to do. So I chose math. For George, he had to navigate use math to navigate the stars and all of that and the time. So I also did science. George, the currents, the waves, the ice, the weather, that's science. History, they crossed the Delaware, they made history. Languages, I used my post office because people do, they post office delivers in many countries. And then the last one I picked home ec. I loved home ec whenever I was in high school. And I figured Georgia's men are in military, so they need to know how to sew on buttons and fix their socks.
Well, I'm doing it too. And for maths, I chose linen and threads because of all the geometrical patterns. And I didn't stitch goal. You could set any goal you want. So my goal was to catch up to the end of May because I'm behind. Science, my letters from Hogwarts, because you do lots of potions and things in Hogwarts. And I am working on the tea leaf reading corner. So I set myself the goal to finish that. But I mean, it hasn't come up in any of my lists, so I may rethink that one. For history, I did my Black Castle by Irina Verbana that I finished because it looks like an old castle, and my goal was to finish it. Languages, Village of Hawk Run Hollow, and I've got to finish the next block because in Hawk Run Hollow they speak a different language to me. And I chose music, surprise, surprise. And I did Sing a Song Sampler, and I've got to finish Fido.
Awesome. I'm doing it too. And I'm doing for math, and I did my goal on it was 500 stitches on each subject. So for math, I chose blue Moroccan lace because it's symmetrical. For science, I chose zoology and worked on my eagle. And history, I also chose blue Moroccan lace because it's about the Moroccan people, about that area of the world. Language is also blue Moroccan lace. And then for my my optional subject, I chose outdoor education for my eagle.
And what was your goal?
500 stitches on each. So my blue Moroccan lace actually got 1,500. Got 1,500 stitches in it. And then my eagle will get 1,000.
Yeah, George is going to get 4,000 stitches in this. So Sammy, you can still join. You can just pick, you got to do the 4 top ones. You have to do math, science, history, and languages. Those, and then you get to pick an elective, whatever elective you choose.
Well, and part of the reason I kind of gave you the funny look is because the Ultimate Cross Stitch group is also doing a report card themed.
Yes, they are.
Oh.
So I was like, seriously, what?
Yeah, they are. And I'm working on that one too.
Yeah, but that one's a little different. So you have like baking 101, 1,000 stitches must be to get it. Measuring a half a cup, 1,500 stitches, and oven safety, 2,000 stitches. It doesn't have, that group doesn't usually give you a specific thing to work on. It's just amounts. But it was really funny that you started talking about report cards. I'm like, huh?
You're like, wait.
The two groups doing something similar right now, which you'll find a lot of throughout the community. And I know there are groups we don't necessarily talk about because we're not active in or we don't, think about, but they've probably all got challenges that will, as you can see, a lot of this double dips. I mean, you had something about frogging and so did Cheryl's group and a lot of that. So that's one of the reasons we try and do these videos is we can show you how to maybe think outside the box, something that doesn't immediately come to mind when you read a certain prompt. Because sometimes it's not cut and dry. It's not just red floss. It's, something that can be considered. There was an example earlier and I forgot. Anyway.
Majestic. What do you think is majestic?
Yeah. Or how to get Boo out of do you have something that helps them travel or do you scare her? Do you entice her? There's different ways to think about it. And also the ability to use one whip over different groups. So that one set of stitches, and I say this because some people have asked what double dipping is. And so if I do 500 stitches on one project, I can use it for School of Magical Stitches, Daily 30, Enchanted Stitching, Semi-Sane, and you've made the most of those stitches. And you don't have to pull out as many projects. And remember, there's always penalty stitches, at least for Magical Stitches and Daily 30.
Girls
I'm not sure
group.
about
Yep.
Enchanted.
I think they do sometimes. I think it just
they do on their
depends.
weeklies.
Not on their monthly.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, just all these different aspects that sometimes it's a lot to absorb. And so when you're able to converse with friends and just rattle off ideas, it really does help. And so that's why there's usually at least 2 to 3 to 4 of us in any of these videos to help each other out. Or just try and convince that person to work on Autumn Wreath every prompt.
Autumn Wreath. Well, if Harriet was here, I would say
George.
dinosaurs.
George.
Actually, really, I
George.
thought you would be saying Violet. Violet. So
Violet, that's true.
because the
Violet,
faster
send it to
I
me.
get her stitched, I send her to you.
This is true.
So we hope this helps. And we will try and be back same time next week. I want to try and do these every Sunday night now. If that has to adjust, you'll see that happen, but that's the goal. So I hope y'all all have a great Stitchy week, and we'll see y'all later.
Bye.